Hello there, this is Denizen, and today I'm looking at this. This is my second terrain table build for the steampunk skirmish game Empire of the Dead. A game for gentlemen and fiends. I don't know which one I am, but there you go. Now, for this steampunk skirmish game, when you roll for your scenarios, you roll for the location. Where is it you're going to fight? So my previous table build was of a residential area in a city. This is my industrial zone that I have here. You can also roll up a sewer network, there's some gardens, a countryside. So I'll probably do the countryside next because that sounds quite easy. Sewer, not quite sure. So if anybody out there has any ideas for doing a sewer, either 3D printing or anything out there that people provide, drop me a comment, let me know, because I'd be interested in that. But this is a 4x4 table. Some of these buildings I used on the residential one. We have a couple of MDF buildings here. This is a Sarissa precision warehouse, which I've had for a very long time, which I recently repainted. These buildings here from Timeline Miniatures. Again, I added a few things to it. Added brickwork. And what I used in my last table, they were there. So were the buildings over here, the tenement buildings, which I 3D printed from Hartolis, I think they're called. There they are, looking really nice. All individual buildings that I can just move around. And the roofs do come off, so I can do the interior if I wanted to. I designed my own little pavements to add a bit more to it. So they were in my previous board, but I've added a few things to these buildings. As you can see, I now have backyards, these individual little wall sections, 3D printed. I basically just typed in walls and saw what popped up on my mini factory, and somebody had these little Victorian walls, and I thought, oh, they'll do nicely. They come in ruined sections, as you can see, as well as doorways and entranceways. So I printed a selection of these off, and I made some little yards for the buildings, and I think that adds a lot to the Victorian version of back streets. I used them here as well to make a small yard in the middle of my industrial zone. I have my railway line. Again, this is a Sarissa precision bit of kit, although I added this embankment out of some sort of insulation board, just to rise it up a bit. I don't like it flat on the cobbles. I wanted it to be separate from the cobbles, so I wanted something underneath the railway line, so I added that. The main feature, of course, is these huge chimneys. Again, from Hartosis? Am I saying that right? I hope so. From some industrial buildings. They do a lot of kits, loads and loads of modern buildings. I suppose most of them are for World War II, but they have lots of different designs that could go for any period, really. And I thought, these look good. I thought I wanted these huge chimneys, just to add a bit of height to the board and a bit of interest. A few problems with printing them off. I mean, you have to scale them up a bit so they fit the 28mm. The little rails, little ladders don't print very well, and I skipped the ladder at the bottom. As you can see, it's missing here. So you could just get rid of the ladders, but from a distance you can't really tell that they haven't printed properly, as you can see. Ooh. Yeah, there we go. But from afar you can't really tell that, can you? I really like painting brick. I don't know what it is. It doesn't matter if it's a painting or a model. I like painting bricks. Grime them up. Bit of green in there. A few different coloured bricks here and there. Nice bit of green on the rooftops as well. A bit of sort of mossiness. A bit of sandy texture. Add it all in and you get a nice blend. Yeah, bricks are great. I love bricks. Few print failures. There we go. Because these buildings are in sections. So there's a few print failures. Some of the walls that I printed didn't work. So I thought, throw them all together. Let's just have a rubble section on the side there. Never waste your print failures. And there they are. Let's get down to model level. Look down a few streets. I was thinking originally of doing a harbour district before these big chimneys turned up and they kind of took over the idea of what I wanted. So maybe something a bit more coastal will come along later, because I've got Captain Nemo's team, his little crew, fighting the bobbies here, and it just seems wrong to have Captain Nemo's crew and not have a water coastal area, I mean, a harbour section. So I probably could do that. I might throw a table together and do a little video of that as well. But for that I'm going to need a Nautilus. Again, can't have a bit of sea without a few ships, and a submarine would be fantastic. But I'm really pleased. Postbox, bit of a modern postbox, although I know postboxes did come in different shapes and sizes. You get the Victorian hexagonal ones, but towards the end of the 19th century they did look like the ones we still have today. I know this because there's one down the road from where I work, and he's got VR on it, for Victoria of course. So they did look like that at the end of the 19th century, so I reckon I could get away with that. But yeah, nice bit of height. What I feel like I need is an Assassin's Creed assassin sitting on the top of this chimney, ready to jump down. I don't know what into. Maybe into this. So, and I don't know if it would come into play for anything, having such a tall chimney. If you've got to climb to the top for some reason, it'd be a bugger if you put an objective at the top of that and you had two guys dramatically climbing up to the top, fighting their way up. I don't know how that would work for miniatures, but it adds a good bit of spice to a game, doesn't it? A bit of narrative. So yeah, I just thought I'd show this off, what I've come up with. So that's my residential area, now my industrial area. So maybe the sort of village area now for doing something that's out in the countryside. Bit of a different theme completely. But I'm really pleased with the way this works. And I think I've filled the table enough. I don't think I need to add anything else to it. But you can let me know what you think, I suppose. So yeah, thanks for watching. That's one table down. Add it to the other. And I'll see you at the next one.